For us, having the right people there, making sure that we understand the playbook, that we're taking care of the customer, that we care about quality, we care about service, that we're going to create stuff that's different and better than other folks, and we're willing to take risks. And on top of that, we're going to have fun, we're going to celebrate things, we're going to have a good time. And I think when you bring all those things together and you hold people in that environment and say, let's go attack, you end up with something. So it's not any one thing, it's that culture as a fabric that I think holds a company together and gets you where you need to be. I guess it's kind of like the Thomas Edison thing where, when he was doing the light bulb and he had 1,000 times where it went wrong, and for him that's really one step closer each time to figuring out a way to make it work. We tried market approaches that didn't work early on, and I guess what you learn is you have to be persistent and you have to keep trying, and even more important, you have to keep enthusiasm when you're failing. Because if you don't have that attitude, you're going to win and keep winning, it makes it very difficult to move the ball down the field because you're going to have adversity. You never know what's going to happen in the market. You never know what's going to happen with your competition, new technology, everything else, but you have to be ready to respond to it. And if you're ready to respond to it, you'll get through it.
When you're an entrepreneur, there's a lot of things that drive your success. Part of it is your personality and what drives you as an individual. And I'd have to say that I'm a competitive person, and being competitive is important if you're going to be an entrepreneur. But I'd say more than anything else, it's having the stability in my personal life. I've been married for 38 years and have 4 kids, and the stability that I've had at home allows me to maybe take more risk at work than most people. And I'm not saying that's the right formula for everybody, but it's been the right formula for me. If you can feel comfortable going to bed every night knowing that there's a lot of uncertainties that you'll never know the right answer, then you have the capability of being an entrepreneur. I'd say the best advice that I could give an entrepreneur that's thinking about, or a budding entrepreneur if you will, is relax, enjoy it, because too many of us get uptight on the day-to-day stuff. These aren't life and death matters, and we're all going to make mistakes. Learn from your mistakes and move forward. Keep swinging the bat, because that's the only way you'll really be successful.
When you start a company and you fight through the first 3 years where you're still building the product and it takes a long time to get traction and to get customer interest, and you're trying to figure out whether the market is really there, that's kind of expected. I think what's unexpected is to see that market develop and start to grow and your product start to do very well in it. So I have to say, quite honestly, while I thought we had a great team and a great product, I've been surprised by how good the market has been and how our timing has been so good. We haven't needed to raise that much venture capital because the timing of the market was fantastic. As soon as the product was done and mature, the market was taking off. So I've really been surprised by how lucky we've been in terms of market timing for the products that we've built. I was born and raised here in Portland, Oregon, and I feel very, very committed to the local community. Elemental success has been driven in large part by the community support, whether it's angel investing, whether it's executive mentorship, where it's the service providers that have helped Elemental every step of the way. So I want this company to be successful by being here in Portland, and that means a commitment to employees in Portland, that means a commitment to the community in terms of giving back. I think that being rooted in a local community, even if you don't sell a lot into that community, is very, very important, and something that really drives my personal business philosophy.
As we've grown the organization, both Eric and myself have spent a lot of time in the various departments within the organization. It's given us a sense of how we should run things so that we know as the organization is growing and evolving and changing, that we understand what they're doing, where they're going, where they're coming from. It's given us the ability to make sure that we understand how the organization functions, and we've learned a lot from that process. Sometimes you spend so much energy in trying to develop the relationships and to get the money to start your business, you never get started. If you could expend that same amount of energy into your business and into your products and into your relationships with your customers, your vendors, then I think that you could make those steps and become successful without going down that path. Because again, with that path there comes a lot of strings associated to it. You don't really own your business anymore if you go down that path. And I think We are successful today because we didn't go down that route. We didn't have somebody else telling us what we should or should not do. We were able to make the decisions on our own, and sometimes we made mistakes and we learned from them, and sometimes we made decisions that were home runs and out of the park.